Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Look what I've got. I haven't seen one of these here in Tulsa, I don't know, for many years. So, let me get comfortable here. So, I originally done the earthquake review in 2016, if I remember correctly. Like maybe a year or two, like 17 or 18, I done a comparison video with it and hurricane. I can't remember what year that was though. But I haven't reviewed this by itself. So I haven't done an actual revisit of this beer, so I'm excited to do this. Because when I done this video, I was just telling my sister-in-law in there that when I've done this review, I was at my other house and I was reviewing stuff off my card table. You know how shaky card tables are. And so when I started the video, I was like, hello, I'm Jerry Ford, the beer. And then I started shaking the table like this. And the whole thing was real shaky. I was like, whoa, I think this is an earthquake happening, you know? And I was like, whoa, and it started calming down. I said, well, maybe it was just this beer. So that's the review if you guys want to look that up. One of my classics, you know. So, all right, so I'm going to keep this can. I didn't keep that can back then, but high gravity lager. This is a 10% ABV. Looks like it's showing a satellite or something that they read on the Richter scale or something. There's like a satellite or something right there. Let's see, a 24 fluid ounce can. Four Brewing, La Crosse, Wisconsin, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I just done an unboxing and did an unboxing from Richard Mayer that lives in Pennsylvania. Okay, I can't remember what I thought of this beer, so we'll just find out. If that liquor store, Burton's Liquor Mart, if they still got some of these left in there, then I might try to get some more and I can do some comparison videos. I know how much you guys like those. I could even do the Hurricane because it was been a few years ago. Hurricane, I could do Steel Reserve. What other ones are there out there? Drip, 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 drip. A fist of head. About 5 fingers. Nice and white. The beer itself is a little straw-ish looking, light gold. I couldn't remember if it was earthquake or hurricane for sure that I'd done with my late little brother. Passed away in 2014. Can't remember for sure. But I think I figured out that it was hurricane because it came out in 93, I think. And earthquake came out in 2017. That's kind of nice aroma. It's mild. You know, a lot of times malt liquors are just so dadgum, like big malty, you know, apple-ish kind of a sweet aroma, but this is lagerish kind of an aroma. It smells a lot more pleasant than some of the harsher malt liquors. Yeah, that smells really good. A lot of times too on the big ABVs, you know, the 10% and higher, you can get that alcohol. Okay, I'm curious. Let's go in there. You ready? Here we go. Wow. It's mild up front. You got a little bit of a harshness toward the aftertaste with the alcohol and the maltiness, but up front it's got a nice, pleasant up front taste with a little sweetness, a little breadiness. The barley malts are mild. There's not a harsh bitterness on the aftertaste. Light carbonation, medium body. That's a good beer. That's a good malt liquor. I think I may like that a little better than Hurricane. Drinkability is a little better. I don't think they've even changed the can since 2016. That looks about the same. You guys you're gonna be interested in what Richard Mayer sent me. I got sent me a Yingling, which everybody's familiar with that beer, that brewery now. But this is like Lord Chesterfield or something like that. I can't remember. I just done the unboxing a few minutes ago, but I'd never seen this one before. So that's going to be a fun review. I'm going to keep that bottle too. He sent it to me, he put it in a Pringles can. So when I first saw it, I was like, he sent me some Pringles to review. I went to pick it up and it was heavy. So he stuck it down in that Pringles can to keep it safe. That's pretty smart. Yeah, this is a mild malt liquor or high gravity lager, but people say, you know, if it's a lager and it's like over 8%, it's pretty much categorized as a malt liquor, if I understand correctly anyway. Oh, well, it says right there, it can't get close enough. It says malt liquor right there. So good stuff. Yeah, this is an enjoyable malt liquor. Still not my favorite, which I've been trying to figure out how I can get a hold of my favorite malt liquor, and it's really difficult. I guess the only way I'm going to be able to do it is possibly call the brewery, which is Pabst Brewing Company. From my understanding, is they're the ones that brew St. Ides malt liquor, and see if they can send me some. I mean, they're not going to send it to me free, but I'd be willing to pay for a case if they would send it to me. because I can't find it anywhere, and I haven't had it since I started reviewing. It's not available here for some reason. I can't get liquor stores to cooperate, you know, and order me some. I haven't tried asking Burton's Liquor Mart yet. I might ask them, but I'm like one of their regular customers, so maybe they will make an effort to look into it. Ah, very good, very good. So yeah, it's kind of a mini chat, maybe call it that. I went and talked to the gentleman that's over the language area, if I understand correctly. His name's Senor Roberto Maduro. Very nice man. He's been working there since, I think he said 1993, I think. Or was it 96? Anyway, he's been there a long time. And so, with me not having a high school education, or not have graduating and stuff, he thinks that maybe they can, I'll have to go talk to academic advising about, he mentioned something about like if they could do like an audit with me or something, or excuse me, if I'm not doing it for college credits, just for learning, just for learning reasoning, that they could probably overlook the cost or something, or the tutor cost, or not the tutor cost, but the what am I trying to say? I can't remember. There was so much going on, you know, with it. But I just have to go talk to academic advising people and see what they can do. But the classes were going to be perfect because they were going to, there was a class time from 1 o'clock to 2:20 or something like that, which that would be perfect because I get off at 1:30. But sometimes I leave a little early because I get my stuff done, you know, and there's nothing else to do. So I'm sure my boss would let me clock out early for the class days. But you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. I was looking into taking classes at the college I work for to learn, you know, the Spanish speaking classes. So that's what I was looking into. I should have told you that before I started talking. So yeah, he mentioned there was like 3 ways you could do this. You could either do it like online, in class, or on Zoom. And I told Jeremy, my son, that I think I'd like to do it in class. Jeremy says, "Are you sure, Dad? Are you going to get in front of the class and speak Spanish in front of in front of the kids?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would figure that." I would be like, "Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, that kid's laughing at me." I said, I think I'd be all right. I'd have fun with that. That'd be fun. But, yeah, I'll just have to look into it and see if it'll work out. And maybe I could even just do for fun some reviews in Spanish. Man, that's a really pleasant malt liquor. If you guys can see, if you see this 10% earthquake high gravity lager, get one and check it out for yourself, see what you think. Yeah, my sister-in-law's over helping my wife with the sew some curtains. My wife doesn't have a sewing machine. She used to some years ago, but my sister-in-law has a sewing machine and she's good at using it. And she'd come over to help my wife sew some curtains for a kitchen window. So they're in there visiting, and I said, I'm gonna go out and do my review. You ladies just enjoy your visiting. A couple things that Richard sent me was, one was like a mallow cup, and I think I've done that before. Then there was a chocolate cracker cookie thing, and both of those were melty, because Tulsa's like really, really hot right now. So, yeah, probably those hot Jeeps that they run around in, you know, they're not. If this came through regular mail, I think it did, yeah. I think so. Anyway, they're not controlled air, I don't think, on the backs of those vehicles. The wasp is like checking me out. Yeah, you can't make a nest on me because I move around. What else can we talk about? What else? I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. There is a new spot, a new thing on your channel. It's underneath in your comment area. That you can click. You go into it, and there's another option you can click that says, you know, either, you know, you can sort through your newer comments or ones that are relevant or something, I can't remember. But now there's a third button that you can click that shows you all the replies, extra replies on a comment. You know, so here's your regular comment on your channel, then you say something to it, right? And then they say something to what I said, and it goes on and on. Excuse me. Well, at the very bottom, if you go out of YouTube and they say something to you at the end of the conversation, you sometimes don't catch it. Well, Gmail used to catch those things. I guess sometimes they didn't. I don't know. But I clicked on that and I'm looking through it. Some of you that are watching right now may have seen me just recently reply back to something you said 2 or 3 years ago. So I've been seeing all those, and you know, you guys know me. I don't like to miss a comment. I reply to everything. So I see something I missed that bugs me. So I want to reply to all those. Well, scrolling down through there, it goes on and on and on and on. You know how many comments that I had conversations with people on? A lot. So I can't get to the end of it. Well, the ones that I do, I find, and I go ahead and I reply to them. You think that's the end of it? No. That comment does not go away out of that area, out of that section. It doesn't go away. Even if you comment on it and refresh it, it's still there. I mean, how do I what do I do? That's a long process to keep scrolling all the way down there to where I have already where I can get caught up. I looked into seeing if I could delete it out of there. You can, but it deletes the entire comment. I mean, it's off the video. It's gone. You're deleting the whole comment, not just in that area. I was like, I don't want to do that. These people that I've had conversations with, I don't want to delete the whole comment out. That's not that's not nice. That's rude. They'll go back to it one day and they'll be thinking, hey, I commented on this. Where did that conversation go? Yeah, I deleted it out of there. I don't want to do that. So I got to figure out, YouTube, you guys need to get this figured out, because yeah, you put that extra button there, but how are you supposed to, scroll through 1,000 different conversations just to find those ones every time? You don't want to have to do that. Make those things go away if you correct it. Oh, even the ones that I just heart but don't say anything, those are there too. The heart is one that we've already talked, and then you say something like, thanks for replying, and instead of me saying you're welcome every time, I put a heart because you thanked me. I figured that's the end of it. Now you know how much I appreciate it because I put you a heart on there. But no, that that's not considered a comment. That's just, you're just putting a heart or a like on it. So those are all in there. That's a lot. That's a lot of them. That's a lot of videos that people, said stuff on. So that's why it just keeps on going forever. I mean, I've been doing this since 2016. You can only imagine how many of those are in there. But I'll have to look into it a little bit more and see. Surely there's a way to, I mean, why else would they put that there? Make that new button if you can't get rid of what's in there. I don't know. I just don't know. Have you guys saw the advertisement to? Did you see the? Are you into the Predator movies? Predator? Yeah. One originally with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Then the second one was with Danny Glover. Well, they've made a few other ones, Predator versus Alien and stuff like that. Well, and then they just done a show or a movie or a Netflix movie or something called Prey. And it was about when the Predators visited a American Indian, area, or he was taking out, tribal people because they were warriors. So, but this one young girl, man, she was just as much a warrior as some of the men. She was a really good fighter. And she ended up in the end, well, if you haven't seen this, I shouldn't run it. Anyway, they made another one of those, but it's futuristic. It's like set, in the future, like set on another planet or something, and it looks pretty wild. There's a girl in it that the Predator finds, and she doesn't have any legs. She's like an android or something, and it looks like it's gonna be funny too. So look, what is it called? Predator Badlands. Look up that trailer and see what you think of it. It looks pretty wild. I'm just trying to make conversation now. Make it worth it being a chat session, and you guys can sit there and drink a beer while you listen to me jabber on. Do you guys get those weird gray birds in your parking lots? I don't know if it's just an Oklahoma bird or if everybody in the United States gets these birds, but they're big gray Jurassic looking birds in the parking lots that make this weird noise, weird bird call that you don't ever hear in any other bird. It's just kind of, it's just weird. I can't even imitate it. Kind of reminds me of the creatures in Pitch Black movie with Vin Diesel. Those things, the noise that they made, it kind of reminds me of them. But they wander through like Walmart parking lots or other grocery store parking lots just looking for food, and they're big. They have a longer beak, and they're kind of grayish, kind of light black kind of birds, and they have these weird piercing eyes. They look at you, and they go underneath your vehicles, and they just kind of roaming around the parking lot. And they're not as big as crows, but they're bigger than starlings. But yeah, I thought they were only in parking lots. Now they're in my front yard eating birdseed. All of a sudden, they're just kind of venturing out. They're like a hybrid bird or something. I did look them up one time, and I can't remember what they're called. Look up, research large birds that roam parking lots, and it'll probably show you. I tell you, my body is just like I've mentioned to some of the guys I've been talking to on here. I'll be 60 this year. And my hands get fatigued. My shoulder gets fatigued out, gets, sore. My ankles are popping. Every step I take, all the times my ankle will pop, 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 pop. Drives me nuts. Both my knees, they feel like they're shot. It hurts to climb a ladder, the stairs. I gotta hold on to the banister while I'm trying to get up the stairs. Excuse me, I've always had back problems. I don't know how long my body's gonna hold out. I guess it's because I was so active. Excuse me, when I was young. I was all into martial arts when I was young. I've done high kicks, splits, all those kind of things, Took taekwondo for 2 or 3 months until I couldn't afford to do it anymore. I was just really active. And I was strong as a young man. I worked for a music store, delivering pianos and organs. I'm talking upright, heavy old upright pianos and grand pianos, baby grands. Yeah, I was built pretty good back when I was 16. When I moved here from Colorado, I moved here like in 1984. First places I was looking into trying to get a job at was music stores, because I had knowledge in, like breaking down baby grands, taking the legs off, putting them on an L dolly, and delivering them to homes and put the legs back on, and I had all that knowledge, strapping them on a truck. But none of the music stores would hire me. So my first job was at a Village Inn pancake house, and just happened to be where I met my wife on a blind date in 1985. Seems like 100 years ago, I tell you. It's not too bad out here right now in the shade. It's a little humid, but it's not too bad. We had a long stint of rain, and then it just ceased. Now it's just all heat upon heat upon heat. What else? There's got to be something else I can say. It's Friday, going into the weekend. We've had a lot going on here lately, and my wife has said that she wants this weekend to be a no work weekend. That sounds pretty good to me, actually. I could probably handle a no work weekend, just playing Mario with the wife and son and hanging out, watching shows, playing games. That sounds pretty good. And you gotta twist my arm. But I got so much to do. I've got so much to do. Man, I'm busy at work. I've got offices to paint. I got conference rooms to paint. I've got window seal damage throughout the hallways to repair and paint. I've got lab rooms or something like that, repair and paint. Well, starting to run out of stuff to say. My fingers are getting fatigued too. My thumb, the button on my paint extension pole, it's a 4 foot to 8 foot extension pole. You got to push the button to have it come out or to put it back in. And my thumb muscles, both of them, they can't handle pushing that button in. Sounds pretty pitiful. It's a Sherwin-Williams brand. Did you guys hear that Kelly Moore paint went out of business? I can't remember if it happened and I remember hearing about it and just forgot about it, or if it just happened recently. Anyway, I've been trying to find some paint pants that I like. My wife looked into Kelly Moore and saw that they're not in business anymore because of some kind of a asbestos allegation or something. Shut them down. I've got an old paint coat, white paint coat with big pockets, button up winter coat, insulated on the inside. That when I worked for a restoration company back in the 90s, the owners bought me, my little brother, and my dad, when he was helping out there, paint coats to wear in the wintertime. And mine, I wore it so much, I wore it out. Had a patch up here that said Kelly Moore. And then later on, my dad, when he started getting to the point where he couldn't work anymore, he gave me his. And on the inside pocket, it says Dad on the inside. And those of you that don't know, my dad passed away this year. So it's kind of special having that coat still. It's getting some wear because I wear it in the winter times a lot of times too. But I'll have that coat till I pass away. Who you guys gonna watch then? When I pass away, you got some others that you enjoy watching that can replace me? 36 minutes. Oh my gosh. It's just like you're all here on my deck, just visiting with me, and I'm not even paying no attention. I'm just talking to you guys. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to end this video. You guys don't have time to watch this whole thing. Do you watch a little bit of it and then come back and then watch it like the next day to finish it off, or how do you do that? Okay, I better finish it here. Go see if Jeremy wants to finish watching some of this anime he got me into. And what was the name of it? Oh, man. Something like Leveling? It's, all these people are born with abilities and a certain level of strength, super strength type thing, or abilities, super abilities. And some of the higher levels are a group that fights off the monsters and stuff. This one kid was born without any abilities. He's the lowest level, and but later on, I guess he dies, and then when he dies, because this one boss has killed him, and there comes a question, because I guess they're in a game. A question pops up: do you want to respawn, or do you want to? You have a second chance at life or something. Do you want to click yes for that option or something? And they do. So he gets a second chance, and when he gets that second chance, he comes back really strong. But he's keeping his strength under wraps for a while. What was the name of that show? Does this sound familiar? Those of you that are anime fanatics, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Leveling, something like that. Anyway, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. He's got me into it. I get into animes real easy when he shows me something, you know. One of my favorites still is One Punch Man. Still waiting for another season of that to pop up. But I'm going to end it here because we're almost at 40 minutes. Yeah, we can't go any further. We gotta stop it. This is going too far. One more drink. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with me and drinking a beer with me. This is what the review was. It was a revisit. It was special. It was a special video. We can go a little longer. You want to go a little longer? No, we got to end this here. We got to end it. I'm going to make myself stop it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Don't let me poke you in the eye. Boop, boop. All right. See you on the next one. Bye.